I'm that Cyclops guy. I'm pretty sure you can figure out why they call me that. Or not. You can find me on all of the socials, including Twitch, Kick, TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube with that_Cyclops_guy. I'm a variety streamer. I play a ton of different games, everything from Tetris to Grand Theft Auto and everything in between.
Let's do this. Hey everyone, Koimiya X here, dad by day, gamer by night, sometimes streamer, aka old man. I give the hot takes here at Garbage In, Garbage Out that nobody has asked for. I am a variety streamer that has been streaming for 13 years now. I've been on every big platform and several small ones that don't exist anymore. If you want the most recent up-to-date information about me, just follow me on Twitter at Koimiya X. I like to collect autographed Funko Pops, football jerseys, and comics.
What's up, losers? Neo-Death here, and welcome to my graveyard. I'm the third host of Garbage In, Garbage Out. I stream on Twitch and then repost daily on YouTube, so go check those out. Fun little fact about me is I also love Lego. We've been having a blast doing this, communicating with fans, and also talking about gaming and entertainment news from the week.
And we would like to welcome you
to
Garbage In, Garbage Out.
What's up, everybody?
How's it going? I'm without my hat right now. I just realized that.
Oh, no. Whatever will we do?
You can see through my arm. I just realized that too.
Oh, and your shirt. Yep. You're very holy.
I'm a holy man. Yeah, this is actually because of what was going on with Xbox. I decided to wear my Xbox shirt, and I totally didn't think about the green screen behind me.
Nope.
So,
can't wear green.
well, I kind of can. See, look, it doesn't really show up like too bad, does it? When it's down like this?
Not when it's down like that, no.
No, but just when I do this.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes the Xbox pop, but...
Yeah. So, anyway, how's it been going?
Pretty good. How about yourself? How's your week been?
Well, they decided that where I work in the call center, usually I work on a member side and my wife works on a provider side, and they've decided they're going to integrate the two sides together. So,
really?
That's just a lot to throw onto the agents, but they're training me in the most basics of the provider side, and so because of that, I've been having to go to work an hour earlier than normal.
Fun.
But an hour and a half earlier than normal. But at the same time, then I get off an hour and a half earlier than normal. So
right. I mean, it's got its perks, right? Then you can watch me, but I don't go live anymore.
Yeah, why aren't you going live? I see your TikTok stuff, but I don't see you going live anymore.
Yeah, it's just so much easier to just record something and put it out that way. But actually, either tomorrow or Monday, I will be going live with a new game, a Zelda-esque game that I'll just be streaming.
Okay. So is it like old Zelda 2D platforming kind of stuff, or is it like newer Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of thing?
Older Zelda, but like, I think like Earthbound graphics, kind of like that. It's like Under the Island, I think it's called. It just came out. I saw someone do a review on it, how it's very Zelda-esque, but it's also got that Earthbound feel where you're in a town, so it's more modern, but it still has the Zelda mechanics and stuff. So
okay,
looks fun. I'm like, might as well start that for streaming, and then I can also try to see if I can get my OBS to go out to Beam. I will try that again.
Okay. So, and it looks like Koimiya is joining us right now, just not in the actual studio.
I was not paying attention. My bad. Cyclops, it says you're playing EE3.
I'm looking that up. It's the go live notification, but it still says.
Sure you will. Coming from you, you have no room to talk, you.
Oh, whatever. You're
I'm
the one that
talking.
said
I'm
Phase-
talking to Koimiya.
Oh, I was like, when...
And then there is a demo on PS5 now. Yes, the game is out now. I just bought it because it was only like $16.
okay.
So hopefully it's
So-
fun. I mean
Yeah.
the video I saw of someone playing it and reviewing it looked like a fun game. I was like, okay, I can do a Zelda.
Yeah, so neo-deth actually told me today that he got off at about 3:30. And for some reason, because of all the tiredness and everything that I've had to go through, I was like whatever, 3:30. I was like, oh, 3:30, forgetting the time difference between where he's at and I'm at. You're really only like 5 hours away from me, but it's a different time where you're at. It's just so weird. But yeah, so then I was like, oh wait, so yeah, we'll definitely go live at 3:30, and then it comes 3:30 or almost 3:30 my time, and he's like, I'm in the studio, and I'm like, shit.
Whoops.
But luckily I had everything loaded up so we could just jump on right away.
Right. Yeah, like I said, Koimiya comes back. No, my sure you will was to Neo about streaming. Yep, I knew that's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of which, where's my plat for Gollum?
Speaking of that, where's his Switch 2?
Yeah. Gotta go! You're breaking up there! Seems like this call seems to be getting fuzzy or something.
I don't know what's going on.
But
No.
yes, so it's just the two of us. Koimiya, that is in chat, is taking the day to celebrate his son's birthday, which, happy birthday if you happen to be watching.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy your day. And good luck to you, Koimiya, on having a teen.
I'm the one with no kids. I don't have to deal with that. So,
I mean, mine are grown up, so...
you just have a daughter.
Right.
You said mine are.
well,
no, I'm just,
Same thing.
Yeah.
I plan on being back soon, just taking care of shit. Yep, no problem.
Taking care of business
Every day.
Yeah. So no, and so yeah, we're hoping he'll be able to join us next week. And hopefully we'll have a guest coming on pretty soon. I've got people that I'm talking to, but we'll see if we can get somebody on for next week.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully, I want to get Looker back on here.
Yeah, I mean, Looker's kind of gone MIA, I think, since, he had that, what was it, minor heart attack.
Yeah.
I don't think he's doing as much, like, stressful things or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And we wish him all the best.
Yep.
We hope speedy recovery. I know he's been doing okay, but
yeah. I mean, he'll pop on here every so often
so
and chat, so...
but yeah, I don't know about you, but with all the news, especially over the last couple of days that have happened in the gaming industry, I don't know, I'm kind of dizzy.
I mean, there has been a lot that has happened.
So, but let's start with what happened kind of towards the beginning of the week here. This one was not unexpected, but was still sad nonetheless. Legendary actor Robert Duvall died at the age of 95. Now, I don't think he had much to do in the gaming industry, but he did very much have a lot to do in the movie industry.
Correct.
Including being part of some of the most famous movies of all time, including Apocalypse Now, like you can see right here, The Godfather, and tons of other movies. He was one of the greats. A lot of times when you think of like true American actors, legendary actors, he's like one of them that first pops in your head. Personally, when people say that, I think of like Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Robert Duvall. I think of a lot of those kind of guys, but
yeah, he's been around for quite some time.
Yeah, a career that spans 7 decades. And right here, yeah, The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, The Godfather Part 2, The Conversation, Network, The Natural, among a myriad of others.
Right.
So, I mean, whether you think he was or not, he was a part of your childhood.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's not the only death that we have to report. There was like three of them.
Yeah. 3 big ones at least.
Yep. And then right here, let me actually refresh this page. But yep, civil rights. Jesse Jackson, civil rights icon, died at the age of 84. Now, I know this isn't the most appropriate, probably especially when somebody dies. But 2 things that pop into mind here. Anytime I hear Jesse Jackson, I think of the movie Barbershop. Do you remember that?
I don't think I watched that one.
There was a scene where Cedric the Entertainer's character was kind of not talking down, but he was kind of downplaying a lot of the icons from the civil rights movement. And he was saying, like Rosa Parks, he respected, what it started, but she herself wasn't special, according to him. According to this fictional character, he's like, all she did was she was tired and she sat down and refused to get up. And then, of course, everybody in the barbershop is screaming at him, telling him how wrong he is. And one character actually says, you better hope the Reverend Jesse Jackson never hears you talking like that. And he goes, man, fuck Jesse Jackson.
Oh.
And I remember Jesse Jackson was actually asked about that specific scene, and he thought it was funny. So I was like, you know what?
I mean, at least he can take the joke.
Right. Yeah, he can take the joke. I remember, and then kind of on a personal note, my biological father, actually, he's for a while, he was a limo driver in the Illinois area. And he actually got a call to pick up Jesse Jackson and take him into Chicago, pick him up from the airport and take him into Chicago.
Nice.
So he actually got a picture of himself with Jesse Jackson, and he said Jesse Jackson was like the nicest guy. So he sat there, he talked to him, he had conversations, and he was like, "What? I mean, just that he could not have been a nicer person." So I don't know him personally. I never met him, but my dad did.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And then, unfortunately, the gaming industry had a pretty major loss too. Pulling this up here. Legendary father of Sega hardware, Hideki Sato, I hope I'm saying that right, has passed away. Sato and his team were behind everything from the Sega 1000 up through the Dreamcast, which honestly, I think the Dreamcast got the short end of the stick, Yeah,
it was right at that console war thing where too many other things were going on. Like the other systems were better.
Well, the Dreamcast was trying to put people online when online wasn't really...
It wasn't a thing yet? Yeah, you still had to use dial-up and shit.
Mm-hmm. So moving on to like the next stage, people's internets would throw them off.
Right.
They were also the first ones to try and use laser discs, if I remember right. And that wasn't popular at the time, but would later become popular when Sony did it.
I'm trying to think I think PS1 was already out, wasn't it?
I thought...
Yeah. No, PS1 had already been out. That one didn't come out until like 2001.
I thought Dreamcast was the first one to try and do that kind of stuff. It's like the laser disc. I know they were the first ones to try and go online, or at least to the extent.
And yeah, they were trying to go online and do multiplayer stuff, but I don't think they were the first to go disc. I'm pretty sure PlayStation had already been out at least a couple of years. Yeah, because PlayStation came out in like 98. The first one, like right after N64, because it was an N64 killer. Because I remember I got both systems, and yeah.
All right, let me look it up real quick. What
Sure.
came out first? The PS1 or the Dreamcast?
Slayer comes back here. The fuck y'all wearing? What do you mean, Slayer? What do you mean? What are we wearing? We're wearing clothes. Do you want us to just take it all off? That costs a little bit of moolah.
That will, and we'll have to move this to OnlyFans. Okay, you were right. So I'll admit I was wrong. The PS1 came out first. Sony PlayStation was released in Japan December of 1994, and in America September of 1995. The Dreamcast.
I was off on the dates. Okay.
Yeah, the Dreamcast was released much later in November of 1998.
Oh, 8.
Yeah.
Why do I always think that one came out in 2000?
Well, here it is. Here's probably why you think that, because the Sega Dreamcast was released much later in November of 1998, and in Japan, and September of 1999 in North America. So it's only a few months off of the year 2000.
Oh, okay. Because I know I got it right when it first came out.
So yeah, that's probably where your dates are getting mixed up at. But I thought it was like the opposite way. I thought Dreamcast came out first. But yeah, I do know they were the first ones to try and push online.
Yes,
Online
it was
mode.
definitely a heavily pushed. Like the modem was built into it, and
I like you saying, "What the fuck y'all wearing?" Well, check it out. I'm wearing Xbox, and you can.
He's
see
holy.
I'm holy.
And I don't know what the hell happened, but apparently TikTok said no. We are cutting your stream. They took me down, or saying repeated violations of our community guidelines. That's what I have to say to your fucking guidelines.
See, that's why with TikTok, what I do is I cut the stream into clips and then put it up into the best of kind of clips, or try to
See what lovely details they have to say about this. Live act suspended. Sexual activity and services. I bet you anything it's because you said OF.
What the? Oh, for God's sakes.
I guarantee you that's why.
TikTok gets really weird.
Body exposure and sexualized behaviors.
How is this body exposure? You can't see.
Well, I said we would take our clothes off, and then you said OF, and I said for money. You guys can go fuck yourselves on your stupid fucking AI. That's what I have to say about that.
What the fuck, TikTok? Oh, man. And yet we still are going to be posting on there, but still.
I mean, I am, but submit of appeal. Maybe if you were actually monitoring it and didn't have fucking AI doing all your shit, you would understand a fucking joke.
Hey, don't bash AI because I have AI.
Yes. That's about all you I.
Just step off, bitch. I don't know.
That was a wink, but you don't know it because it's just an eye.
Really? Sometimes I regret putting those up, but that one I never do.
But yeah, so I'll definitely be clipping that and put it in on fucking TikTok. Slayer comes back. Whatever, get naked. Money talks.
Well, here, you get this for free. You get a neck shot for free. And after that, I've got rent to pay. So
we'll test the limits of all the other ones we go live to.
Everything up into a PG-13, where it's like just things are strategically placed. What was that movie? Austin Powers, The Spy That Shagged Me. Remember like the very beginning of that where like he's walking through, he's completely naked, but like every time he goes to turn around, something strategically covers him up.
Right.
It'll be like that.
Slayer comes back. I'll give you a neck shot. All right.
You know what? Just for because I'm such a good sport about it, I'll give you an other side neck shot too. I think you see more skin in that than you do when in our intro, because in that intro, aren't I wearing the wife beater?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you see more skin in that than and wow, man,
You're just having way too much fun with that.
I am. I should have rethought this.
Oh.
No, we're going for we're going with it. No, but there was quite a lot of things that happened in the industry this week, besides just people dying. Which
that was all of them, right?
Yeah.
So controllers.
Oh yes, my bad. Yep. So, guys, we thank you for everything that you did for us. You know, I really don't know what else to say besides thank you for everything. You will never be forgotten.
Yes.
Controllers up.
Thank you for all the Sega.
All the Sega, all the rights, and all the movies.
Yep.
All right. I don't know. Is there like a certain way we should like hold on to the controller? I'm just doing this.
I mean, I think you got to show like front face it, or you're like, "Durr, look at the FCC thing on there."
Yes. No, front facing.
Yeah. Then they see what kind of controller you're holding or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And I'm doing this one for a very specific reason today.
All right.
But yeah, so I don't know about you, but so let's start with some of the stories that happened kind of at the beginning of the week, and we'll get it up to the huge ones that just broke. There was an insider that revealed the 6 games that were canceled at Ubisoft. Remember last week they were showing I'm getting it up here. Remember last week they were showing that Ubisoft had canceled so many games due to all their restructuring and shit.
Right.
Well, we now know the 6 games that were canceled here. Right?
Yay. What we got?
And yep. Surprisingly, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake was canceled after being announced in 2020. And I remember they said it, and it was supposed to come out in 2021. Here we are in 2026, and we still don't have it.
I thought someone said that was like so close to being done.
Mm-hmm. One of the developers said they were so close to the finish line, they just needed a few more months of polish. Like the game's done, they were just polishing it.
Right. So why would you scrap that one and not just finish it and get it out there and make something off of it?
I'm thinking, and this is just my thought on it, I got nothing to back this up. I'm thinking if they scrapped it, they could get an insurance claim on it. That's
like a write-off?
Yeah. Because they could take a game that they put millions and millions of dollars in and get millions and millions back in tax credit. That's my only thought on it. Again, nothing to back that up, but that's just my thought on it. Now, there was also Project Ether. It was in development since 2019, which was canceled, but has been morphed in a way into a newer project, believed to have been in development at Ubisoft. What is that? Halifax,
I think. I don't even remember what Project Ether was, but okay.
Project Pathfinder. So usually when they say project at the beginning, that means that they don't have an official title on it.
Right.
That's like Assassin's Creed Shadows was called Assassin's Creed Codename Red or something. Code Red. Right to begin with. Yep. So it says previously known as Project U, and I still don't know what that really is. Project Crest, a World War II extraction shooter. I think I remember hearing about this one. And then 2 Assassin's Creed games, but there was Assassin's Creed Rebellion, which is the multiplayer Assassin's Creed, which doesn't really do much for the lore, but that is stopping support for that. And then Assassin's Creed Singularity, which was a new mobile game based on Assassin's Creed. I never played Rebellion. If you did, more power to you, but I never really got into multiplayer Assassin's Creed. and then Assassin's Creed Singularity. I don't do a lot of those mobile games.
Right.
So that doesn't affect me too much, but if you were looking forward to those, I'm sorry. This is your list of games that were canceled.
At least they put it out there so we know what we... And then also that one that maybe got rolled into a new one.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to think a lot of times when they cancel projects like this, those mechanics that they develop for these games usually get rolled into other projects.
Right.
Like, I think there was a lot of things for Bully 2 that when they decided to officially cancel Bully 2, but now they're saying they might work on it again. A lot of that got rolled into the next, I want to say it was Red Dead. And then also into Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
So, all right. Yep, that was really sad to actually hear about all those games being canceled. But at the same time, it's like, I understand this is a business. It just seems like Ubisoft is not running the business the way it should.
No.
And like,
they don't know what they're doing.
it
seems like.
Yeah.
Looks like they're just hemorrhaging money left and right, and their excuse to fix things is, let's close down all these studios, lay off all these people, and cancel all these games, and then maybe we can right the ship.
Well, I mean, last year, they put out like 5 games last year, and only Assassin's Creed turned a profit. Now, when you say Assassin's Creed and you go, oh, wow, that was an amazing game, and look at this huge profit that it turned. It's like, yeah, but when your last 4 projects were flops, one profit doesn't really offset it, you know?
Right. Well, I mean, it can, depending on how big it is, but I don't think it was that big.
I know it had its own controversy, and you also had Star Wars Outlaws didn't do as well, which from people that I've talked to that have actually played it, they say the game is fun. But from everything you see online, everyone wants to just shit on it. And like Koimiya said, the vocal minority, which are always the fucking loudest, are the ones that just sit there and just shit on it all the time.
Right. I'm pretty sure he's played it. I have it. I don't know if I actually played it. I think I was playing something else.
I like that they were trying to give us a Star Wars game where you weren't just a Jedi or a Sith. It's like you were actually somebody else in the world, which expands that world.
Right.
Everybody wanted to be Han Solo. Well, people forget Han Solo wasn't a Jedi.
Right.
And he was the awesomest, like, thief or whatever you want to call him. Smuggler. It's like, honestly, he was a thief. He was actually somewhat of a bad guy, but until he met these guys, actually, he wouldn't really be a bad guy. He'd be more of like he was neutral. He'd work with anybody who'd pay him.
Right. So a mercenary.
And what's Slayer saying here?
Sorry, which one?
So whatever, get naked, and then what was after that? I'm gonna add a pearl necklace.
I didn't read that one on purpose. We've already gotten in trouble with TikTok. Let's not go any further. I'm surprised he didn't announce before that. In other good news, because you always seem to say that right before we announce deaths.
Well, you don't want to get in trouble about it's just a necklace of pearls.
Ugh. Still pisses me off. Stupid TikTok.
Well, they just sold off like one part of their thing to like an American company.
How's it going, Angel? He just popped into my beam. Thank you.
I don't know.
How's it going?
My beam for some reason didn't want to pop up, but I know that's not beam. It's my computer that was doing that. I need to get things going better. But how's it going, Angel? Thank you for coming in right as we were talking about necklaces. It was jewelry. Nothing else.
Hush your mouth. I did see that you guys put out the new coffee mug, and I do plan on getting one of those. And yes, where's Koimiya X? He is off today to celebrate his kid's birthday.
Yep.
Turning 13.
He officially has a teenager.
Yeah, the terrible teens.
I can sit here and sympathize. I don't know what that's like though, because I don't have any kids, but I know neo-deth has a daughter, and he can very much sympathize
Oh
with
yeah,
that.
the teens are a rough one though. I don't think mine was as bad as like what I've seen some other people's. So I'll take it.
Mm. So, but yeah, hope you're having a good weekend, Angel. And if you want to come back on the show, just let us know. We'd love to have you.
Right. You can use embers towards the price of the mug or now
Yes.
any product in the store. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and I was actually thinking about using embers to get that mug. Because then
Very
I want to
cool.
sit here with my beam hat, my beam shirt.
where's
my
your beam hat?
mug. It's off to the side. It's hot in here. Whatever. I know. I will. I wear it all the time. Actually,
I was gonna say we wear it all the time, and the one time we don't have it on, Angel pops in.
Yeah, I had somebody. I was actually at one of our new coffee
Oh,
shops yesterday.
Thank you very much, Angel. He gifted 100 embers. Appreciate that.
Preach.
I was like, "What was that noise?" And then I looked. Thank you very much.
You're awesome. Thank you. So. But yeah, I really that mug. I want, like I said, I want to sit here with the mug and the hat and the shirt and just be, kind of be like Garth from Wayne's World. Be like, people only do things because they get paid, and that's just really sad. He's got like all the Reebok stuff on.
Right. I mean, do people even remember Wayne's World?
They should, because it's an awesome movie.
Right. Oh. He comes back. I can join the show in June. Select date and let me know. Okay, we will have Koimiya get a hold of you. Seems like Koimiya is our scheduler.
I know my anniversary is in June, and I'm just not sure which weekend we're gonna do something. So yeah, we'll collaborate here, and then we'll get back with you.
For
yeah,
sure.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to have you back on here in June.
Yep.
I'm looking at that mug with that ceramic. Here, I can actually pull it up. I'm looking at the mug right now.
The mug is produced by Slippenhammer's wife. You got it? There it is.
Yep, there it is. So this is...
it's white? I thought it was black.
Yep, so, this is the one that I pulled up here.
Okay, then there's more than one?
Yep, and I need to get a Beam t-shirt, because I just have a long sleeve shirt and it's starting to get hot.
Oh, you got the long sleeve?
Yeah. But I talked to the wife, and she's like, we'll get you a t-shirt. Yep, so here it is.
Thank you, Angel.
And then you have Beam. And then right there, the 3D.
It's a member of the community that helped design this.
That's cool. Good. Mm-hmm. Love to be drinking my my hot chocolate out of there. I don't do a lot of coffee, but hot chocolate is really good out of a mug. A little whipped cream.
Yep.
So yeah, if you are interested in picking up the new mug from Beam, go on to Beam and you can use your embers to help pay for it. Looks like right now it is $20 with free shipping in the United States.
And yeah, that's beamstream.gg.
Mm-hmm. And you have right here, you can get a Beam cotton hat, a Beam premium hat, which is the hat that I have.
That's the one to get.
Mm-hmm.
Or get the combo.
That's how I got it, was the combo.
Yeah.
But it.
That's the best thing.
Yeah, I got it this way. So yeah, now I gotta just get a t-shirt. I gotta wait until I get paid though. I know I can use embers, but I still gotta wait until I get paid. So, nice little plug for Beam there.
I mean, we like Beam.
Yeah, it's true. Beam is actually my favorite. So, and let me just get everything back here. Of course, everything's like now jumbled up on my side here. Oh, Angel, thank you. He just gifted me 100 embers too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You are awesome. I just saw that. Awesome. Thank you. I'm going to use that for a mug.
Yeah. Beam's way better than frickin' Tic Tac.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you were here at that point, Angel. We
No,
just
he
made
wasn't.
a joke about OnlyFans, and
Stop saying it.
No,
OF. Have you
OF.
not learned that you say it? You do not say. You do not
Okay.
talk about OF.
The first rule of OF is you do not talk
Yes.
about OF. No, but he just made a joke about OF because one Slayer made a joke about, hey, get undressed. And we were like, okay, well, then we're gonna have to move it to OF. And TikTok decided to kick him off for, what was that, sexual
Activity and services.
apparently
their AI bot has no fucking sense of humor, apparently.
yeah.
Or does not know how sarcasm works.
Apparently it thinks we're prostituting ourselves.
I mean, technically we are for the right price if you want your ads played or whatever, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh man, this has been a good show so far.
It's been a something, that's for sure.
It's when it goes off the rails like this that's where the personality of the show comes out, I think.
Right. Slayer comes back. Well, that's because TikTok blows. Yeah, I'm starting to agree right there, but I was trying to do expand and try and grow the audience that way, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a thing.
So, oh man,
we'll see what they come back with.
They'll probably accept it. Actually, I had a friend. He's in the streaming community. His name is
there we go. It already came back with the appeal approved. We've reviewed your live and found it didn't violate our community guidelines. Thanks for helping us maintain a safe, respectful TikTok community. Well, thank you. Now I'm probably still not live on there. Thanks for kicking me off for that one thing.
Yeah, they won't put you back.
Thing.
They won't put you back being live. You have to go all the way in and reset your live. At this point, I'm like, you know what? You guys should put me back live.
Right. You're the one that took me off, instantaneously. You should put me back on. I don't even think I can redo it from here. Oh, maybe I can. Let me try something.
All right, we can wait a second here.
Let's try that, and then click that back on, and maybe that'll work. All right, there we are. We are back live on there. Yay.
Well, at least, I mean, it seems like the difference. Here's the thing. That AI was being dumb and decided to just kick you off for stupid reasons. And yet Angel's AI fell in love with me. After
See, I'd rather have that. I'd rather have the AI loving me than trying to, constantly kick me off.
Now remember, say OF, right?
Right.
And you can't mention other apps. You have to say like the purple app, the red app.
Yeah.
But anyway,
let's get the show back on the tracks here. What's our next story we got?
Why would this show was never on the tracks?
No, it's been off the tracks since it started.
All right, so a lot of people were thinking that the next Bloober team game was going to be. Some people were thinking it was going to be another Blair Witch. Some people were thinking it was going to be Silent Hill 1, which they have already said they're working on. Some were thinking it was going to be something totally different. Many thought that it was actually going to be a remake of the PS2 game Rule of Rose. That was a very controversial game, but they decided, nope, they're going to make Layers of Fear 3. Honestly, the Layers of Fear series has been one of my favorite. I love playing it, especially during the spooky season.
Never played them. Never even heard of them.
So they're kind of like those horror walking simulators, if you know those. That are kind of like, the story kind of unravels around you, and you can interact with things, maybe do puzzles and figure out a few things, but it's not really any action maybe you can run away from something, but there's not really a lot of
So
action.
kind of like back in the day, the old Sierra horror games like Seventh Guest and what was the other one?
I would say this is more like Outlast,
Okay.
but like on more of a supernatural level.
Okay.
The first one was you were journeying into the mind of a man who had I want to say it was schizophrenia, and you were kind of seeing things from his point of view. And he was trying to make the perfect painting, but he was tormented by so many things that he had done in his past and things that had happened to him. It always warped his vision of what he was trying to do.
Me agree.
Yeah. And then the second one was into the mind of an actor who had different personalities, and again, you were kind of delving into doing a lot of the stuff in his head, things that were chasing him, things that were happening around him, and each of your decisions can alter the way that the story it plays out.
Yeah, Slayer says it's a pretty sweet game. It's a psychological, realistic horror.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Good way to say that. This is from the same team that just did Silent Hill 2 Remake. They are doing Silent Hill 1 Remake. They've also done games like The Medium. They did Blair Witch, which a lot of people didn't... a lot of people wrote off the minute they heard Blair Witch, but once you play it, it's like, oh, wow, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So... Bloober Team really put themselves on the map here. They had already kind of been there with the first Layers of Fear, and then they had what was that, Chronos, that just came out.
Oh, that was their game?
Yep.
Oh.
You played that, didn't you?
I played a little bit of it, yeah.
Yep.
Played like the first hour and a half or so.
Yeah. Yep, that was them. And I personally am really looking forward to this. I'd love to play the trailer for you, but the Red app will get mad. So, yeah, super excited about that. Anybody? I don't know if they have an official release date. I think they just announced it.
I was gonna say, I think it was just an announcement, right?
Yeah. All right. Yep. Moving along here because we do have quite a lot of things to get to here, and I kind of want to get to the big stories. But neo-deth, you played the new God of War, right?
The Metroidvania one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you play it all the way through?
No, I haven't done that yet.
Okay. Well, apparently...
I've been meaning to play it. Maybe I'll play it tonight.
Okay. Apparently, the creator of the original God of War, David Jaffe, is not a fan. He doesn't care that they did a side scroller for it, a Metroidvania like kind of game for it. He was all for that, but he doesn't like that they went all the way back. Like, nobody really asked for the origins of Kratos. Nobody really went back and said, hey, I'd like to see Kratos as a kid.
Well, I mean, story-wise, where else could you have taken him? Like, you can't hit any of the other ones. You've already had some in-betweens with, chains and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So, where the fuck do you go with it?
Yeah, it's more or less sounded like he was thinking if you couldn't come up with something, then don't come up with anything at all. He just, I remember this, he was saying it's crap, it's garbage.
I mean, is he just poo-pooing it just to poo-poo it?
Well, according to him, on his YouTube page, he likes Cory Barlog's God of War, the 2018 remake. He said, he didn't like that to begin with, but the more he got into it, the more it grew on him. And the more he likes how they fleshed everything out, He himself said he personally wasn't a fan of Ragnarok. I thought it was a masterpiece, but, difference of opinion, that's fine. But yeah, he just was saying that this was not even a good Metroidvania game. There are other ones that have done it so much better. He was saying that for the price that you pay for it, it's not worth the price. And he didn't mind that they did a Metroidvania game, but his big thing is it sounds like he didn't like what they did with the character where he was like, nobody cared where Kratos came from. Everybody wanted to know, maybe like where he just became in service to the gods, but why get rid of this Kratos that everyone knows and loves, and then give us this kid?
Mm.
You know. He elaborates on this quite a bit here. He says, but it's a terrible God of War game. This is a terrible first-party game, and it's an embarrassment that Sony Santa Monica Studios allowed this to come out. To be fair, this is coming from Push Square. We do think the criticisms carry a bit more weight in this video, as he's able to better articulate some of the problems that he had with the game. The first one is just him shitting on it, essentially. And then this next one was him like actually explaining, who is more about getting the pat on the head from executives rather than fighting the good fight. He is basically saying, they shouldn't have gone for origin story. They should have gone for a good story.
But like, the story's already been told. How do you? And I hate when they try and do that. I mean, I hate prequels too, where they've already kind of, set up, something, and then you try and do a prequel, and it just doesn't live up to your expectations of kind of what they've said. And they've got to hit like certain beats to, that they've already established or whatever. So
yeah. Well, I hate when they do that and then they change it in the origins.
Right.
Yeah. It's like one of the things that annoyed me about from God of War 1 to God of War 2, in the special features, you actually heard about Deimos, who is his brother in this. You heard about him being taken to the underworld, and then Kratos kind of betraying him, like just walking away from him. And Deimos grew up in the underworld, hating his brother, wanting revenge. And then when they finally brought Deimos in God of War, I want to say, was it God of War? I think it was Ghost of Sparta. All of a sudden, he's mad at Kratos for about 5 minutes, forgives him, and then fights alongside him, and then gets killed. And it's like, well, wait a second. You just did this whole thing where he spent like decades being angry at him, and then they have a 5-minute fight. It's like when my brother and I are mad at each other, we have a 5-minute fight. That's usually like, it goes into a 5-minute fight, and then okay, you good? We're good.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that it's his baby and everything, but hasn't he stepped away from most of these games?
He actually left Sony Santa Monica Studios after Drawn to Death didn't do very well. He said his last game was a flop, which was Drawn to Death, and then he stepped away from gaming, or from the gaming industry, and now he does a YouTube channel. And he's actually said, if I had stayed with Sony, I'd be making more money, but I'd be less happy.
Right.
But I mean, apparently his big thing was like he couldn't even make a tweet without running it up through like 5 branches of Sony's people to make sure it was okay that he tweeted that he liked pizza, And he just got tired of the politics.
Right. Well, I mean, if you step away from it and then they've still got creative control, then, whatever they're going to do with it, they're going to do with it, right? They're going to still, the money machine still goes burr. So,
it's just like music companies with the music.
Yeah, right? you can poo-poo it, but, it's out there and it is what it is. And yeah, maybe tonight I'll continue playing it and see how far I get. But yeah, I only played it for like 30 minutes, and I was like, okay, it's a Metroidvania. That you got me there. Whether or not the story fits, that's a different thing.
So, do you think it was good? I mean, because they're saying that this story is canon to the rest of the series. Do you think that that it was a good job to do a canon or to do a Metroidvania type of game, or do you think they should have maybe come out with maybe a smaller, even just 10-hour expansion, like they did with Miles Morales, but make it its own game, not a Metroidvania, not change the whole style of it?
Right. I don't know.
Because I mean, here he's with a what is that, like a spear, and
Yeah.
everyone knows Kratos as having the blades until
Right, but it's because it's before he gets into that. So, he wanted to be a Spartan, so that's kind of where they put you
Mhm.
as him trying to become one of those, and the trials and tribulations of doing that, and it'll probably lead into probably his failure or whatever, and lead into the actual games.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm all for them like trying different things. It doesn't always have to be, the third person action game.
Mhm.
I
Do
mean,
you
the
think?
same thing was like, where they took the original Metroid was always, side scrolling and whatnot, and then they turned it into a first person shooter. Everybody was like, what the hell? That's not a Metroid. And, then we liked it that way. It was kind of fun. It was different.
Mhm. Kind of like what they did with Grand Theft Auto when they were able to do the first.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that was a huge thing there.
I remember a lot of people were like deadly against it, but it became so popular. Now I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to have the automatic choice between first and third, which basically means they have to design the game twice, when you do it like
Right.
that.
Well, I mean, the new Resident Evil is supposed to be that way too. You're supposed to be able to switch between first person and third person on the fly, depending on which way you like it.
Mm.
Which I'm looking forward to. That comes out this coming week.
And yeah, he continues on here. He basically, as it says here, to paraphrase, he basically suggests the publisher should have provided stronger feedback on the title and points to design issues like visual language, readability, UI, and more. So it's not even just the character that he's upset about. It's
It sounds like he just doesn't like the game
Mhm.
at all.
Which is fine. I mean, sometimes if the creator hates the way the game went after he left, that happens all the time. That's nothing big. And I don't think he hates God of War. I think he just hates this title. And then he
Right.
said he didn't say he hated Ragnarok. He just said he wasn't a fan. They made a lot of choices he wouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's at the same time, it's like, yeah, but this isn't your baby anymore,
Right.
So, all right, yeah, I think we've beat that one as much as we can. We could do this story here. Is this one you'd want to bring up, though? What's going on with Warner Brothers?
Is that? Yeah.
Okay.
On the sale,
Yes.
that all of a sudden things are changing again.
Yes. Continuing on. So the next one that we had up here was Warner Brothers. Did I
You
said
got
that
it.
here. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Warner Brothers is reportedly considering reopening talks with Paramount despite having already agreed to sell to Netflix, which in my opinion is a dick move.
Right. I don't understand that. Like even Netflix, like before, when they finally announced it, Netflix came out, they put out a big old promo saying that they were buying them and everything, and these were the guidelines, and then all of a sudden Paramount's like, "Oh, wait, we want them. We want to try and get them back.
Mhm.
You had your chance." And it's been like a war between them on who's going to actually get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here's the thing. When you agree to sell to somebody, you don't pull it away from them and say, "Oh, sorry, I want them." I
Right.
actually did have something like that happen to me, just on a personal level. Before I got the apartment that I'm living in now, my wife and I were trying to get another apartment that was owned by a private landlord. And she actually called us and told us we had the apartment. And then about 10 minutes later said, "Oh, the people I showed it to you before you have agreed to take it. And since they were first, I'm going to give it to them." It's like they offered it to me, then took it away. That's
Right.
what this reminds me of.
Right.
They're just, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to get more money? Are they trying to get a better deal? What are they really trying to do?
Yeah, I think it's the shareholders. They're trying to get the shareholders more money when they've already put out the offer and agreed to it, whatever Netflix was. If I remember right.
Mm. So it's
Yeah,
all
they want. It says there at the bottom. However, it did not raise its $30 per share offer. But so they were trying to hit that 108 billion. And I think Netflix came out with like an 84 billion offer. So I think that's what they're trying to do. Appease the fucking stockholders again.
So it's always the stockholders.
I mean, it is usually. But yeah, like I thought they already signed everything, and then, put out their promos, and then all of a sudden Paramount's like, oh no, we want to try it again. All right, talks are over.
Re-entering talks doesn't mean that it's not going through. It could just be talk and then not go anywhere. But then again, that's like, I don't know. It's almost like emotional cheating, sort of way.
Right.
And it's like, should I get back together with my ex? No, you have a current.
Right.
That's
Slayer says, "Tell him I'll do it for 84 million."
And that's 84 million just for me, not the stockholders.
Right.
Yeah, well, not to take this lying down, but Netflix actually did respond to this, pretty much saying, "You cheater." Netflix slams Paramount's antics, as they call them, as it grants a narrow 7-day waiver for Warner Brothers to re-examine buyout options to fully and finally resolve this matter. So apparently, maybe a lot of the stuff had been signed over, but like the final signature hadn't been on there. Is really what it sounds like this amounts to.
So they're gonna give them 7 days to make up their fucking mind.
Pretty much. Or it sounds like either 7 days or they'll go through with a lawsuit. Warner Brothers is headed back to the buyout talks, agreeing. Okay, let me just slam me here. Antics. Yeah, so Warner Brothers can take 7 days to examine a rival bid as the drama around the sale drags on. Netflix and Paramount have been scrapping over who gets to gobble up Warner Brothers for months, with the prize of owning the rights to Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, James Gunn's DC universe, and the vast vault of other TV and movie properties at stake.
I mean, yeah, it's not, a small thing. But, yeah, I mean, I think they shouldn't be able to do that. It's almost like you're going through a divorce and the kid's in the middle and mommy and daddy are fighting on who's going to get the kid, pretty much.
Yeah,
that's the best analogy I can give for that.
And Warner Brothers board goes on to state that it remains fully committed to its existing deal with Netflix. So whatever that means. How are you?
Yeah, how does that work? How can you be fully committed to this one, but you're still entertaining one from over here?
See, again, I'm like, that's like a love triangle. It's like you got this person here, totally in love with you. I'm totally committed to you. Just hold on a second. Stay right there.
All right. So it says March 20th. They'll make their final whatever the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, for now, surely must be its final offer. So, I mean, I'd love to be able to see a lot of this, the Warner Brothers stuff on Netflix, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, do it in a way that doesn't piss everyone off, because you're just pissing everyone off at this point.
Right.
It's making Warner Brothers look really bad. So
yeah, the back and forth shit.
So yeah, that is going to be an interesting story to watch, though. Just really to see what happens with that one. Now I got a good question for you. I know it's kind of an interesting way to transition here. But are you looking forward to the new Mario game, or not Mario game, the new Mario movie?
Yes and no.
I know Koimiya is really excited about Chris Pratt reprising the role of Mario.
Yeah, and Jack Black.
And Jack Black.
He gets a double whammy in that one.
It's his two favorite actors in the entire world.
Yes.
No, for anybody watching, Koimiya, who is not here today, absolutely hates those two actors.
Well, he just feels that they're pigeonholed and they play everything, right? They're always in every movie. Like
they really are.
Yeah. It seems like lately they don't know who to cast somebody. Hey, let's get Chris Pratt. Mm-hmm. Or we need a funny comedian. Let's get Jack Black. And they always play like the same type of role too. That's the problem. Kind of like Jason Statham.
Yeah, I think part of it is that Jack Black, that these two aren't really divisive. You know, they don't bring up politics at all, so they don't piss anyone off. And I think that's just where the studios are like, they're the safe bet. It's like, just because they're the safe bet doesn't mean they're the best bet, you know?
Right.
But with that going on, Nintendo, we already know is coming up with a new Legend of Zelda movie. And Nintendo is looking beyond theaters as it builds its movie and video future.
I don't understand why all of a sudden they decided, hey, let's try movies and TV shows again. Like,
it's not like they couldn't have done this earlier.
Right. What made them finally go, hey, we haven't dipped our toe back into this. You know, things have gotten way better, obviously, than the original fucking Mario movie on CGI and everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, and in storytelling, too. I mean, remember, that was like the first video game-based movie, and they didn't know what it should really be. They wanted to appease the adults, or entertain the adults and the kids, and I'm like, yeah, but by trying to please everyone, you just pissed off everyone.
Right.
You know?
You did none of it. Good job.
I know it's got a cult following now. It's one of those movies you watch on a bad movie night where you just watch it because it's bad.
Right.
Which isn't necessarily where movies like that should be. You know?
I mean, as long as I guess they still, like you said, they have a cult following and it's still talked about. So
now, if they're going to move forward with this, what Nintendo properties would you, and we'll open this up to the audience too. Yes, I knew you were going to say that. But let's open this.
I want to see a fucking Metroid movie. It'd be like, you know, kind of like an alien movie, but, you know, obviously a different kind of story. But I always felt like Metroid had that alien feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have to go like kind of horror with it.
Right. So, but let me just open this up to the people who didn't know what I was going to be asking here. What Nintendo-owned property would you like to see become a movie or a TV show? Doesn't matter which one. If it's a movie or a TV show, which one would you like to see turn into another property? Now, my thing is, what was that game? Turok.
Excitebite.
Yes. Turok was I thought owned by Nintendo, but I guess they're not owned by Nintendo. I would like to see maybe a movie based on Turok. But if I was gonna say for a Nintendo owned property, one that I know that Nintendo owns, I know I'm probably cheating on this a little bit. I would really like to see Luigi's Haunted Mansion TV series. Like one where he goes into like all the different like not necessarily all of them, but into different mansions that are haunted, and you know, it'd be just kind of fun to find different ways to get him scared.
Right. I could see a TV show on that. That one would be fun. Yeah. I mean, you could do a movie on it, but I think it'd be bad. That one would be better as like you said, a TV show, 10 episodes. You know, 30 minutes or an hour.
Or just like a 10 episode series, and it's like 22 minutes each.
Right.
Not even. Kind of like they did with Cuphead. Cuphead was awesome on Netflix. So I'd like to see that. I know you said Metroid.
Yep.
I
They've
would
already done
say,
like Castlevania, but
yeah, true. I would like to say that I'd like to see a Donkey Kong movie, but how could you really do a Donkey Kong movie without making it just Mario again? If you bring in Jumpman, Jumpman is Mario.
well, I think they were saying something, or I heard whispers that they're gonna do Donkey Kong as his own movie or show.
Hmm.
Um, but he doesn't necessarily need to be. Mario doesn't need to be tied to him because he's done his own games with King K. Rool as your protagonist. Um,
And Diddy, hanging out there.
right. So, I mean, I would love actually to see like Donkey Kong Country, the game turned into a movie like that. That would be fun to see.
Mhm.
Where you had Cranky Kong, where he was the old Donkey Kong, and that type story. It was, I always liked that one.
You know what I think would be interesting is if we've got a lot of like your Sonic movies have been coming out and doing pretty well, and
Mhm.
we're doing Mario movies now, and you've seen Mario and Sonic team up in the games. I think it would be kind of cool if we had a crossover between the two of them. Not necessarily a
Okay.
full blown like Mario and Sonic game. You could do it that way, but I'd like to see like maybe a Mario and Sonic a movie where like maybe part of the movie takes place in one world, something happens there that's affecting the other world, and the two of them have to team up.
Right. Well, I
So
think that what someone said is they might be working towards like a Super Smash Bros. Type, Avengers in game where all the characters come together and have to like fight off somebody or fight against each other and then turn against the actual enemy type
mhm.
thing, which would be kind of cool. But
and
yeah,
then it
you'd
would
have
make
to do
things
it
make
the
sense.
Marvel way and, set it up movie by movie and then bring them together. You couldn't just throw them all in there and, DC and try and rush it through.
I was just gonna say, you mean like DC did with Justice League?
Right. Trying to catch up to Marvel and just tried to rush through all their movies and set up the big,
What did they do? They
team
came
up.
out. They came out with like what Man of Steel, and then they came out with was it Batman versus Superman?
Mhm.
And then right after that, they were like, "Well, let's go do Justice League." And it's like, whoa, who the hell are all these other people? Why should I
Right.
care? You know,
Right. Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, but he might die." Like, cool, but
Yeah, I have no emotional investment into it because you haven't set anything up.
Mhm.
Like,
Well, like they were
Uh,
trying to have the big movie and then spiral into smaller movies here, and I'm like, that's not how that works. Why it worked for Marvel was they gave little breadcrumbs here and there and built
Right.
up to the big event, and now that's
yeah,
what they do
over
again.
years, we,
Mhm.
and then the big payoff and everybody was happy with it.
Mhm. And now we're kind of at a low point in some of the Marvel movies, but hopefully Deadpool and
Yeah.
Wolverine will be what kicks it back into gear.
Yeah, hopefully this new Doomsday will be good. The new Spider-Man will be good, and we'll cap off this and then go into the mutant saga.
Mm-hmm. Just to let you know, I am very much looking forward to the next Spider-Man movie. Right now, I want to see how they would deal with the whole Peter Parker doesn't exist, but Spider-Man's top of his game kind of thing.
Mm. Well, they kind of brought him back to what he always was a ground level vigilante that also has to deal with real life problems. He's got to pay rent. He's back when he was in high school, he's got to still do his schoolwork, and he's juggling all these things. It felt more real, and I always
That's why everyone loves Spider-Man. You
right,
can see
like,
yourself.
you feel like you could be him juggling all these things but also being a superhero.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'd pretty much there'd be a lot of times where I'd be like, I hear that siren. Yeah, fuck it, I got to get this done. Police can handle it.
Right.
Yet Spider-Man's always like, there's a car chase. It's like, he's just pulling the guy over. It's literally just a speeding ticket, dude. You don't need to get involved. No, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm very much looking forward to Doomsday. I have heard, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard Deadpool is going to come back in that. And
I mean,
I just want to know.
Pretty sure they're all in there.
I just want to know when he comes back, they're going to PG-13 Doomsday, but is he going to be watered down to the point that he knows he's watered down because he's a self-aware character?
Probably. He'll probably just have like a scene, where he's either talking to us or, saying what you said. This is a beep, and just starts beeping him out, and he's like, "What the hell? What happened?" Type thing. So meta, and then he'll they'll cut him out, and he'll like try and push the screen back or something, something funny like that, I would think.
I can just imagine Thor being like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he's like, "What? What did you say? What did you say? They told me I could say it." It's like, then comes back. He's like, "I'm talking to Feige, damn it!" Like push the camera out of the way.
Right.
Then I can just see it. He goes up to Nick Fury. He's like, "Look, I'm coming back in the next Avengers movie, and next time I'm the one that says it." And then just walks away. And I can just see Thor going like, "No, seriously, Fury, who the hell was that?" And he's like Fury knows. He's like, "Yeah, you don't want to know. There's a big story with him."
I'm sure they'll do something funny like that with him.
It's like,
there's just so many characters in this next one that, I don't know how the story is gonna like be able to play out in 2 hours. It's gonna be another one where it's like super long.
Well, I don't know. What was the last one? The last one was what, 3 hours?
Pretty close to it, if I remember right.
Yeah, I remember. And you got what? You got the X-Men coming in this one. They've already said Magneto's coming back. It sounded like Charles is coming back.
Yep.
Those are the only two that I know.
Cyclops is coming back.
Is coming back. I know Halle Berry said that she wasn't asked to come back in this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's like an Andrew Garfield kind of thing where he says, "I'm not coming back." Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And then he's in the movie for half the movie.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Halle Berry actually does show up. Hugh Jackman would most likely be there. At least as one scene. And I want to see Gambit back. I know he was only in Deadpool and Wolverine, but I want to see the Gambit come back. Okay, I guess technically he was in X-Men Origins, but that one doesn't count.
Yeah. No. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of good characters, and we'll have to see how they put it together. I'm still confused, and I know that I've seen a lot of speculation on how they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. So that'll be interesting how they explain that one off. Whether it's actually like a variant of Tony Stark or it's just he looks like, Tony Stark, kind of like where they made the funny joke in Deadpool and Wolverine. He's going to say the thing, Avenger, flame on! He's like, what? So hopefully it's explained well and not like completely like just,
Maybe it'll be connected to the anchor being thing that they brought up in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. So I'm sure it'll be good either way, and I'll definitely go see it, opening day. But it's got a lot of explaining to do, that's for sure.
I'll be seeing it opening weekend, so you always get to see things opening day, you lucky.
I mean, I just like to see it the first day with all of my fellow nerds and us all like cheering or like, oh, the gasping or, clapping when they do that, surprise. Oh, fucking Andrew Garfield just went through the fucking portal. Oh my fucking God. Everybody just roars up, that type of stuff.
Yeah, I did that with the last, 3 movies that I remember that happening for. I saw No Way Home, with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I saw that one, and I remember everyone erupted when Daredevil showed up on screen.
Yep, that too.
Everyone erupted when Andrew Garfield showed up. Everyone erupted when Tobey Maguire showed up. And then, spoiler alert, but when Zendaya's MJ falls and you see Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man chase after her, fall after her, I remember, like, even my wife who saw that, she was like holding onto my arm so tight, and you could just feel like there was no air in that theater.
Right, all the tension was there because we all knew, oh shit, is this gonna happen again?
Yeah. And and then when he caught her, and then all of a sudden, everyone, I'm not even kidding, everyone in the theater got up and cheered. And then you saw him, she's like, "Why are you crying?" And he's like, "I'm glad you're okay." And it was like, we all knew what that was happening. She didn't necessarily know, but it was like, we were all like,
right. So yeah, that's the energy I like to get when I go see it, the first day it comes out.
And during the battle of Endgame, that there was a lot of people cheering.
Yeah,
at my
where
theater
it actually
anyway.
says Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
And everybody like comes out of the portals, and you're like, "Fuck yeah!"
Because I was actually holding on to my wife at that point, and he was like, "Avengers." I was like, "Oh my god, he's gonna say it! He's gonna say it! He's gonna say it!" And she's like, "She's like, do you think he will, or do you think they'll cut it?" And I'm like, "He's gonna say it!" It's like, "Assemble!" We all were like, "Yes!" And then, of course, at the very end, with "I am Iron Man," and snaps his fingers. And then the other time, it was Deadpool and Wolverine when Blade showed up on screen. I had never
pretty
seen
much all the people that showed up on screen. You're like, "Oh, look at that!" Oh, like that's the other thing I always like, to be with my fellow nerd. Where you have all these like little itty bitty tidbits from the old movies that they throw in there, and they're like, did you catch that? And everybody else in the theater usually does because we're all nerds.
Well, I remember I was sitting next to some guys that were obviously Spider-Man nerds because they were there in the Spider-Man shirts. And when and this was when I was seeing Deadpool, and when they were in Happy Hogan's office and you saw the Iron Man helmet sitting right in front of Tom Holland, so they blurred him out. I could actually hear them kind of debating with each other. Like, do you think that's because Tom Holland, they don't know that he's Spider-Man anymore? Or do you think that's because Sony owns Spider-Man and they can't put him in? And eventually I just kind of went over to him and I was like, the short answer is yes.
Oh, right.
And they all started laughing and I was like, yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff I like with those movies, seeing them day one.
Yeah, and I'll definitely be seeing it. I'll definitely be seeing it open weekend. But the next story we have here has to do with some other heroes. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles co-creator has actually, this is Kevin Eastman, has actually shared a positive update on the new live action The Last Ronin movie. So Paramount had announced that they had canceled The Last Ronin, but basically, without going into this whole thing, they're basically saying that it's not right now. It's canceled as of right now, but we'll get back to it later. And it sounds like they've got too many other TMNT projects. They've got Mutant Mayhem 2, which Seth Rogen is producing, which he produced the first one. Sounds like they were doing another, like a live action CGI hybrid movie where the turtles are CGI and the rest of the world is live action. Not where it's like, not necessarily like a lot of that mocap stuff like we saw in the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but more where they're a little more cartoony, kind of like in the realm of like Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've got that one going, and apparently they had a few other things in the works as well. And they just they want to be able to turn their full attention on this and not have it spread too thin. However, they are coming out with a new Last Ronin comic series that is going to be called The Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution. And while The Last Ronin 3 is officially in the works, The Last Ronin Training Day will expand on Mikey's relationship with Casey Marie. Casey Marie is the daughter of Casey Jones and April O'Neil in that series. So they're
Okay.
doing an origin story of it.
They're doing more comics because it did so well.
Mhm.
But yeah, I definitely want to. I would love to see that hit the screen because I know they were also talking about the original actor that played April O'Neil, bringing her back into that. That would be really cool. But I know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is doing a lot of things, and for what I do, I play a lot of Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering has a set coming out of this coming month, March 3rd, with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in it, and I mean, it doesn't look horrible. It'll move the needle, but not a lot.
Right.
They're doing a lot of these where the last one before that was Avatar, The Last Airbender. They've done Spider-Man, so they're doing a lot of these out of universe different properties that are Star Trek's coming this year too to Magic. So people are kind of wishy-washy on the Ninja Turtles. It looks good to me. I think it'll be kind of fun.
I think so. I'm just really excited for this R-rated rendition of them.
Yeah, definitely especially that story was a really good story that I was not expecting them to go that direction. So it would definitely be fun to see that in live action.
Yeah. I remember shortly after I heard about it, my wife and I actually went to Indianapolis. An old friend of hers actually lives there with his wife and son. And I was just talking. I was like, "So what's your son into?" And they're like, "Oh, he's really into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." And I was like, "So are you really into it?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Did you read any of the latest comics?" And they're like, "Oh, he's read them all." I was like, "You let him read The Last Ronin?" It's like this kid is like 6,
Right.
And right as I said that, his dad pulled me off to the side, and I was like, "What? You said you've let him read all of?" And they're like, he knows about The Last Ronin, but the story makes him cry, so don't bring it up." And I was like, "What? You said you let him see all of them." So they're like, "We should have said all of the kid ones," And
right.
so I was like, "Oh, okay, sorry." And but then once the kid was out of earshot, I was like, "So, Last Ronin, what'd you think?" Like talking to the dad, and he's like, "Oh, I loved it. It's an amazing story. Probably one of the darkest and most graphic, but most
right. It's not one you would think that they would go with for Ninja Turtles because usually Ninja Turtles is pretty light and kind of goofy, and then they put out that one, and it was such a success that they're continuing on. I don't know if that waters it down or if it makes it better. I have not read any of the new stuff. I just read the first one. I know they've put out other things and whatnot. So
I think it makes it better, and it keeps it to
keeps it fresh.
our
That's
audience
for sure.
that
Yeah.
grew up with it.
Right. And that's the good thing about like this Magic the Gathering set that's coming out. It pulls from everything of Ninja Turtles. The video games, the movies, Nickelodeon's version of them. So they've got different art and different things from everything. So that is kind of cool that they went that route with it.
So I'm really happy with it. I know Ryan Reed, who's been on this show before, he's a massive fan of that. And we're still really hoping that they do not cancel the Last Ronin video game that is, as of right now, still in production. I'm like, seems like it's in production by a hair,
Well, yeah. Who's the studio doing that one? Do we know?
Yeah, and they actually lost like 50% of their staff when they had to do layoffs, and that's why people thought it was going to get let me see, who is the studio developing the Last Ronin game? Just pulling up here. So it's Black Forest Games.
Okay.
Yep, and it, as of right now, is still in development. It was years ago that it was announced that we were getting a Last Ronin game, And I
Probably
know
about the same time we got announced that they were doing that movie, would be my guess.
About 2023, I want to say. So about 3
Yeah.
years ago. And we haven't seen anything on it since. Maybe like a quick screenshot here and there. And then just one teaser trailer that didn't have any gameplay. So I'm very much hoping that this does not get canceled. It's with THQ Nordic is set to publish it. So they're the ones that actually published the recent I think it was Black Forest Games developed, and THQ Nordic actually did the Destroy All Humans remake. So they know what they're doing, sort of. But moving along here, we do have some other stuff to talk about here, and this is where we might get a little political. And you know what? I'm just going to fucking go for it. I don't know about you. Supreme Court strikes down Trump's tariffs that hiked prices on Switch, Xbox, and PS5. Once Koimiya and neo-deth and I found out about that, we pretty much all stood up clapping, saying, yes, we don't. The court ruled 6-3 that the president couldn't use a 1977 law to enact the tariffs against over 50 countries.
I like that picture they use of that.
Yeah, that's
him holding up the Switch too.
Is that a real photo or is that something that's photoshopped? I think that's photoshopped.
He was probably holding something else, and they put the Switch 2 in there.
Yeah. I want to see where were the updates on this though, because now he's saying, okay, here it is. So updates during a press conference in response to the Supreme Court's ruling, President Trump said that he'll use alternatives to replace the tariffs deemed illegal. He also claimed he wanted to be a good boy. Okay, there's so many jokes I could make about that.
Right.
So many that just hit my head right now. It almost hurts. Yeah, in the same press conference, Trump said he will be imposing 10% global tariff immediately via an executive order, which that's not how executive orders work. And somebody that's been president for 6 years, including his first term, should know that. He told the press that previously imposed tariffs will remain in place in full force.
So basically he said, fuck you, like he does to every court, because nobody can hold him accountable.
Yeah. I do not like this dude. Dude, there's laws for a reason, and he seems to get away with breaking every single one of them.
You are not above the fucking law.
It's like, how do we have a president that has like 34 felonies? You know, that should automatically disqualify you. I mean, imagine going into McDonald's and they say, like, you know, criminal background check. You wouldn't get hired at McDonald's with that kind of background. How do you get to be the president?
Yep. I saw a funny meme that like UK's like, yeah, we'll take down a prince, but you guys over there, you can't even deal with a president that's got a bunch of felonies and doesn't abide by the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how this world's working right now.
Exactly. And I mean, we tell Trump no, and he just pretty much acts like this. He's like,
oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, as much as we wish that wasn't the case. So, yeah, but the thing is, if he pushes these through, those prices on those consoles are going to go up. And not just the consoles, but the accessories, everything else. It seems like
they already went up, like, because of what he's done. But he's like, I don't want to get too far into it. But, yeah, the tariffs aren't paying off like he thinks they are. Like, average people like me and you are the ones that are paying these tariffs because they have to up their prices to get stuff in here.
It was never going to affect the other country. It was always going to affect us.
Right. It's always going to affect us, and he just doesn't give a fuck. It doesn't think about that. So,
They have no idea how we live, and not just Trump, not just conservatives or anything. If you're a Republican, good for you. I've got nothing against Republicans or conservatives, but it's the Trump people that I get upset with.
Right.
They're the ones that pretty much, he sits there and says, "Oh, well, this is going to affect them." It's like, no, them as in us, the people
Right.
that.
And yeah, it doesn't matter how many times you show them the truth of what it's doing to us, or whatever the case may be. They're like, no, he's the best. He's got our best interests at hand. Oh, okay. Keep drinking that fucking Kool-Aid.
You could show them a video game controller. I can go like, this is a video game controller. This lets you play video games. They'd be like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Like, then I'll sit there and play Gears of War. Like, look, this is making it. I can't. No. Orange Daddy says no.
Right.
It's like, but Orange Daddy's wrong. This actually does help you play the video game. We're not going to go too much down that rabbit hole because then we'll be here all day. But
yeah. That's all we'll say on that. But yeah, it was affecting the gaming industry. It's affecting all the industries. And I'm glad that they ruled that. But like, if he's just saying that he's going to ignore it and that it'll be enforced, I don't know where we go from there. So that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's been an interesting 2 years so far. Let's just say.
I mean, is it over yet?
Or no, only a year. Sorry, I said 2 years because the election was in 2024.
I mean, we're 26. We're getting closer.
Yeah, but then
I can't wait to see when we do hit 28 and he tries to run again or somehow finagle his way to continue to be in there. That'll be the fun one. Mark my words on that one.
What I think he's going to do is he's going to ask JD Vance to run, and then he's going to say, let me be your vice president, because even though he can't be president more than 8 years, he could run as a vice president.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he finagles this bullshit. Or he just says, fuck you, I'm just doing what I want because you guys let me do what I want.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing with him is like a lot of times people go like, oh, Trump does this, show us your taxes, and he'll be like, I don't have to show you my taxes, and they'll be like, make sure you show it to us, and he'll be like, okay, are you going to pass a law that's going to make me? Well, no, because you're taking advantage of the same law, that says that you don't have to release everything of yours. So what you going to do? It's both sides. This is why I can't get into politics, because I'd pretty much be sitting there during a debate being like, fuck you, you're a fucking liar, you fucking know it. They'd have to censor me all out on NBC and be like, okay, we cut this.
Right. I mean, that's why that hero from Ford, I loved what he did to him, and literally showed how your 2-year-old president reacts to somebody calling him out. He flipped them off. Like, oh yeah, that guy's top notch.
Yeah,
like,
but
he
now
couldn't take that.
That Ford guy now has like a GoFundMe that's like has more money than
and
some
he's actually back to work from what I've seen. He didn't get any other punishments or anything. He's fully back to work now. So
yeah, wasn't he part of a union and the union got him back?
Yeah, he's part of the UAW.
So that's why I am pro-union.
So, all right, let's get off this topic and move on to something else.
Ubisoft boss Yves Gamero, I believe is how I say that, says 2 Far Cry games are in development as he fends off questions around nepotism and his future at the company. He placed his son in a high-ranking position at Ubisoft, and that's where that's where the nepotism is coming from. And they've said not only are 2 Far Cry games, but they're currently also developing the next 2 Assassin's Creed games as well.
Well, wasn't their union over there calling for him to resign because of the way he's running the fucking company into the goddamn ground?
Yes. Yes. He's been questioned over the future of the company and his own position in it as part of a wide-ranging interview that also confirmed multiple Far Cry. It's like, I love this. Like, oh, so everyone's called for your resignation. We got 2 Far Cry games.
Look at these over here. What's going on over there? Like,
pay no
yeah.
attention to the man behind the curtain.
Right.
Speaking to Variety, I'm not going to try and say that name. I think it's Guillermo, but was quizzed on his plans to for Ubisoft following his recent company restructure and ongoing job losses, with another 40 roles considered gone just overnight. There were questions too about his personal response to recent staff strikes that sparked up fresh calls for his resignation.
Right.
So he just sits there like, oh, Far Cry and Assassin's Creed. Like, great. What else are we doing, dude? Like, those are great games. Don't get me wrong. I love them personally. But come on, move on. Let's see. Yeah, there was here about nepotism as well. I'm just trying to find that part of the article. I had it marked and then it disappeared here. Okay. Yeah, and he was being asked about the recently scrapped games
remake.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't it save here? I don't know. But yeah, he has a son that he hired on to Ubisoft to oversee some developments for games, and yeah, so they have decided that a lot of the community has decided that that was nepotism, which is basically.
I mean, it is.
It is. Yeah. Just hiring because he's
not
your son.
decided that's exactly what it is. If you just all of a sudden put your family member into a high ranking position just because of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at you, Trump.
And yeah, and instead of saying that it was nepotism, he just pretty much said, "Hey, look over here, Assassin's Creed." Like, right. We're all looking forward to Hex. I very much am, but tell me what you're doing. I want to. So.
But yeah, I mean, with that studio and all the layoffs and drama around it, like you would think, hey, maybe I should resign and let someone else take the reins.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to get that unless you can get like the stockholders to actually say, hey, get him out of here. Let's move the company into a positive direction.
And speaking of a non-positive direction, do you see what Sony was doing?
Yeah, I don't understand this one.
What the flying fuck? So now we're getting into the bigger stories. We seem to do things opposite. We don't start it off with the big stories. We usually end with it.
Right.
But yeah, Sony makes a shocking decision to shut down Blue Point Games. In what fucking universe does this make any damn sense?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Why?
So most notably right here, and it says they were acquired. Blue Point was actually acquired by Sony back in 2021, making it part of PlayStation Studios. Now, most notably, Blue Point was behind the superb Shadow of the Colossus PS4 remake and the excellent Demon's Souls PS5 remake. Naturally, they had high expectations that the team could produce, but according to Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier, the whole company is being axed by the powers that be. Now, here's where it makes no sense. So these guys are great at making remakes, right? So give them something like a Killzone remake to do. Give them something like, if you want to do Infamous, do some sort of remake on a brand of Sony that hasn't seen the light of day for quite a while. What do they do instead? They were working on some kind of live service God of War title that no one asked for.
Right. Why?
That's because the CEO at the time, which was the one that retired a year or so ago, decided that live service titles were the way to go and they were the future of Sony, even though like none of them were making any movies or making any money. Hello, Concord, how are you? But the project was canceled in early 2025 when Sony started backtracking its live service push. And then at that time, as many others were baffled by the news that the platformer holder had had a developer like Blueprint working on it such a thing when it was clearly very adept at making remaking classic games. So basically, you got to think Demon Souls came out as what, a PS5 launch title, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. So you got to think that was 2020. They hadn't put out a game since 2020, and they hadn't really had any of that money coming in. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, that's because you had them working on a game nobody asked for.
Right.
Nobody who wants a God of War live service title. I love God of War, and I don't.
So it sounds like what they were probably going to try and do with that live service is turn it into like a Diablo type game, like Diablo 4 right now,
Yeah.
where it's just live service and you know, make it action RPG where you can run around, kill things, and you know. But yeah, no one would want that, I wouldn't think.
I don't know
But
a
yeah,
single
why
person that's
you would
clamoring for that.
just close them down if they're so good at making these remakes when you could make something with them.
I know, and that puts 70 people out of a job now. More layoffs for the industry because there haven't obviously been enough of those, you know? So, I don't know. I got super pissed off when I read about that. I don't know about you, but I did.
Yes.
And then to follow that up with some massive news yesterday, which seemed to come clean the fuck out of nowhere, but apparently it's been in the works for a while. Both Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond are out at Xbox. So Phil Spencer is retiring, which he's been with the company since 1988. So he's earned his rest.
Right.
Sarah Bond was the second in charge, really, and it was very heavily indicated that she would take over for Phil when he stepped down, but she actually put in her resignation the very same day. I don't know if that was timed that way or if it was just a coincidence.
Did she do that on purpose? Did she not want it? Did they make her do it? Like, there's a lot of questions there that it's just convenient that she resigns the same day he says he's, you know, stepping away.
Oh yeah. And they're actually putting, I think, Matt Booty. Yes, that's his real name.
That one's gonna be a fun one.
I can just imagine how Sony's gonna do that on like the next console generation. Like, we're gonna kick Booty.
Right. I mean, if they don't use that, it's a lot of marketing down the drain there.
The marketing writes itself.
Right.
But yeah, after more than a decade in charge at Xbox, Phil Spencer is retiring from his position atop of Microsoft's gaming division. As laid out in a story from IGN, Sarah Bond, the president of Xbox, is also leaving the company. Now, here we're going to be talking more about this in just a minute, but Asha Shamara, previously president of Microsoft's Core AI product, has been promoted to CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty, yes, that is his real name, it's right there, is being promoted to Chief Content Officer. Spencer will remain at Xbox through the summer in an advisory role.
Oh, so he's actually pretty much gone. Usually when they say that advisory role, they're just like, you know, there but not there type thing.
Yeah, kind of like
he's not making the big decisions.
Kind of like when the CEO of PlayStation was there, or I think he was there up until like the Q1 of the following year, and then he was gone, but he was helping with the transition. I'll bet that's what Phil's really doing. Is just helping with the transition, getting Asha like all settled in, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
like Disney, they finally announced who's taking over. What was it, last week? The week before?
Yeah, not Michael Eisner, but taking over for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Damar.
So, yeah, and here they continue on here with today marks a new exciting chapter for Microsoft Gaming as Asha Shamara steps into the role of CEO, and I want to be the first to welcome her to this incredible team. Working with her over the past several months has given me tremendous confidence. She brings genuine curiosity, clarity, and deep commitment to understand players, creators, and the decisions that shape the future. Now, you got to think. He has done quite a lot for Microsoft. He has done quite a lot for Xbox. I mean, Microsoft Game Pass was the best deal in gaming for up until just recently.
Yeah, till they poo-pooed their own shit.
Yeah. Then, acquiring Activision, which, okay, that is seen as good and bad. But he did quite a lot to try and to at least keep them from sinking,
Mhm.
And I think he did a good job. He was always a stand-up guy. I'm gonna miss seeing him, but what I'm really gonna miss, I don't know if Asha's gonna do this, but it wasn't uncommon to see Phil show up in chat rooms and actually be playing the game with the fans. I mean, the gamers actually adopted him as a gamer.
Mhm.
I want to know.
So kind of like Angel, how he pops in on
Yeah.
Beam, same type of thing.
I want to know, is he going to be doing the same thing? Or is Asha going to be doing the same thing?
I don't know.
I hope so. Because that's really what made Xbox stand out. At least in my personal opinion.
It'll be interesting to see how they try and, like, right that ship also. Because they did all these acquisitions, bought all these studios, and then haven't been doing a lot with them. Or like pushing them into different directions. Like, they bought Blizzard and now they're just trying to shill away like all their stuff and not do what they were always meant to do. Like,
right.
So it'll be interesting to see if he was part of that or like if they can turn it around.
Yep, and the next part that came up here was the new boss. Xbox's new boss has promises not to flood it with soulless AI slop. Now, Asha, formerly the head of Microsoft's AI division, promises more great video games made by humans. So, just because she was in charge of the AI division doesn't mean she's going to tell them, oh, now we're doing this, you have to do this AI.
Right.
I don't think they would have brought somebody over that's just going to say, well, we need to do it the way that I want to do it. I think I'm hoping she's going to be the kind of boss where she just sees the talent and then steps back.
Yeah. Time will tell on how they're going to do this.
Yeah. So, because Tina Fey said it best. The best way to be successful is to hire talented people and then stay out of their way.
Right.
So, and that's really what you need to do. I am very much hoping she stays committed to not a lot of AI slop. I don't mind AI being used as a tool, but don't use your whole AI to make the entire fucking game.
Right. And yeah, there are those $5 games that come out that are like slapped together super fast, just trying to make a buck or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
On both of them, doesn't necessarily mean they'll just show up in the store and you're like, oh, okay, well, we see what you're doing here. Sometimes they're fun. I have bought a few of those and had a good time.
Yeah.
But most of the time they're just there to be there or there to get a quick platinum, whatever, and make you feel good.
Well, I mean, those games are good too, but they're good for like weekend fun, as I like to call it.
Right.
That you can get away with, not go to OF. Sorry, I had to bring that back up. You know me. But now talking to Booty, do not kick us off for that. That is his actual name. Xbox's new chief content officer, Matt Booty, says there are no organizational changes underway following the abrupt leadership shakeup, which seems like a business way of saying no one's been canned. So it sounds like from what he's saying here and what I read on this article, Sarah Bond did not get fired. It doesn't sound like Phil was getting fired. Phil just wants to retire. And you work at the same company for what is that, 1988? That's 40 years almost. You deserve it, you know? Go rest, go enjoy your entire retirement. I don't know what's going on with Sarah Bond. I think she either just didn't want to be in charge of it, or who knows, maybe just found a better position for her. And in that case, in any case, you know, we wish her all the best.
Right.
I look forward to seeing what these new leaders can do for Xbox. Obviously, Xbox has had a pretty shaky run of things pretty recently, but you never know. What I want to know, though, if they're saying that, this is something that I saw here. If they're saying now that I don't know how to say it. If they're
Words
saying
are
now
hard.
that if they're saying now that they're going to go back to being an Xbox, like Xbox is going to return to a focus on games and is going to return to a focus on what made Xbox popular in the first place, what do we do with that whole everything is an Xbox?
Right.
Does that mean
a lot of the Xbox exclusives are now coming out on, you know, PS5? They've been coming out on the Nintendo, a lot of them. So are they saying that they're going to try and bring back exclusives and try and win back fans?
Well,
I guess time will tell on that one.
According to what was sent in our group earlier, the new Xbox boss said that they hear you when asked to bring back exclusives. Asha Shimura tries to convince the gamers that she cares. So, I mean, give her a chance. She's only been in the role for like less than 12 hours at this point.
Right.
You know, don't just instantly start hating on her. But, oh, sorry. I thought I was hearing something in the background there. But yeah, so right here, she's saying that we're going to get all these Xbox games back. She's going to focus more on the exclusives. She's going to make it be what it was, just what made you fall in love with it in the first place. But it seemed like Phil wanted everything to be an Xbox, bring all gamers together, and that in some ways that just pissed people off. Which
yes and no.
Yeah.
My prediction on Xbox is they'll run one more generation here. This next one that's coming out, the PlayStation 6 and whatever the fuck Xbox wants to call theirs.
Xbox 2.
The Xbox, the prequel.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever dumb thing they come up with.
It'll be called Xbox. Yeah.
They'll come up with one more, and if it doesn't do well, I bet you anything they'll bow out of the hardware side and they'll go Sony's way or Sega's way and just make games. I have a feeling that's their next writing on the wall.
So, yeah, right here, you can even see the people were asking her questions here, saying, "Hi, Asha Shimura." Or Shamra. I think it's Sharma. Asha Sharma. As the new Xbox CEO, I hope that you understand how important exclusive games are and how games like Halo, Forza, Gears, Fable created an identity for Xbox and its players, becoming a key point for Xbox's success, wrote one player on GameScore with GameScore over 200,000. Xbox games must only be on Xbox. She said, "Hear you," she wrote back. That's all she said, "Hear you."
I mean, yes and no. So I can see the arguments both ways because, like, I've never owned an Xbox. So I've missed out on said Fable, some of those games, Gears of War. Like, I've never played any of them until they finally started bringing them over to PlayStation. And, you know, I would rather play it on my PlayStation and get trophies than, you know, playing it on Nintendo's where you don't get anything. I always feel like I'm accomplishing something. So I liked when they started doing that. so I could finally play these games. You know, this new Fable that's coming out, I'll probably get it because I've never played one, and it'd be fun to play. So I see it both ways. You know, exclusives are good because it brings in, you know, your fan base and whatnot. But I also see it the other way. It broadens your horizons, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I get that. So I really like you do. I kind of get both sides of it. It would be nice to see some exclusives stay exclusive.
So
to Xbox.
maybe it needs to be like, you know, timed exclusives. Like they get it for a year on Xbox, and then it'll eventually port over so that they can, you know, get more revenue that way also.
Mm-hmm. So that makes more sense, at least to me. Then again, who listens to me?
I mean, our audience, and we thank you all for being here.
Yes.
You get to listen to us rant and rave about shit that don't matter, right?
In the overall scheme of things, no, but I say it does matter. You know.
Okay, they're talking about fictional characters. Fictional characters. Am I getting through to you at all?
So
it's always my favorite to run.
Did you ever see the one that I ran against Koimiya all the time? When he goes on his rant,
Boo
rave,
this man.
Yeah, he'll go up and he'll be like,
Boo this man!
Yeah.
I did have Happy Gilmore with Bob Barker going like, this guy sucks, you know. But I was like, I think that one might be too mean.
Right. But yeah, time will tell if the upper shakeup, what they'll do with it. Like I said, my prediction is they got one more console in them, and then they'll just start making software with all these companies that are under them now.
Mm.
That's my prediction.
So yeah, and I totally agree with you on that. I'm hoping that that Xbox can continue on. I really do love my Xbox. I play my PlayStation more, but I'm playing Expedition 33 on the Xbox because of Game Pass.
Okay.
So, I will continue to play a lot of things on Xbox because I really do like them. I'm just really hoping it doesn't become AI slop, but at the same time, I'm really excited about the future. So that's how I'm going to end it here. We got a few minutes here. Was there anything else before we end the show?
Well, you brought up Expedition 33. How far into it are you?
Screen. I'm starting it today.
Ah, okay.
My wife wanted to watch the Olympics, and she's like, "Oh, come watch this with me." And I was okay, you know.
The Olympics, really?
She likes the Olympics. I like.
Well, great. She could go watch those, and you go play video games, right?
So I got to spend some time with the wife, you know.
Not watching the Olympics.
Why? What's wrong with the Olympics?
I'd rather watch paint dry.
Maybe that could be an Olympic sport.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Might be more exciting than some of them, but like
I don't
think the Olympics don't have the draw they used to. Like we've got so much other media and other things, you know, think about like, you know, the turn of the century when they started doing all this stuff. Like then it was exciting, right? Now we've got so much other stuff we could watch. Like I don't think a lot of people care about the Olympics anymore.
Check it out. Dark Flame. Oh, come on. I hear just before the end of the show.
Well, yeah, you always seem to show up right at the end.
But you can catch our VOD. Just saying.
Yes, you can rewatch it on all the things. YouTube, which I've been watching. We've had a lot of viewers on the Garbage In, Garbage Out YouTube. So thank you very much for watching it on there.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. So yeah, you can always go back and rewatch it on all the things, whether it's through me, through Cyclops, through the official channels of Garbage In, Garbage Out. So Yeah, we were doing Spotify, and I have not gotten back into that because it was taking me forever to do them. So,
So
but,
you just got lazy. No, I'm just
yeah,
playing.
yes, I did. And I was not seeing any viewership, so I was like, do people care?
No, it's okay to get lazy every so often. It's like sometimes a lazy day is what you need.
Yeah, I need to get back into it. Put all the old ones up there if anybody cares. But so yeah, you've got all the channels you can watch it, and we appreciate you if you're watching it live or if you watch it later.
Oh yeah.
Everything counts. Remember to like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave comments down below. We will answer them. So yeah, that's our plug for that.
All right. Like, comment, subscribe, and you could always leave a comment saying that Cyclops guy is the sexiest man you've ever seen.
Right, and you can see him on OF.
Don't tell him that. That's supposed to be my side gig.
Right.
That's supposed to be kept away from Tic Tac.
Oh yeah. Well, I already turned that one off because it wouldn't go live again. So
because you screwed it up. They took your live.
I didn't screw it up. You screwed it up by saying the OF. You don't say those words out loud. On any of the platforms, they get all pissy when you start saying that.
So, oh, there she goes. Wow. Okay, I see it.
So, okay, Sky is the sexiest man I've ever seen.
You can leave a comment saying that. Yay! My wife would then say, "Wow, they haven't seen a lot of people." She jokes around with me a lot of times like that, and I'm just like, "Are you serious?" And then she grabs onto me. She's like, "Kidding." Now I feel bad.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. We are hoping Koimiya will join us next week. Hopefully next week, neo-deth won't have to work.
No promises on that one. It would be nice.
I thought you were supposed to get Saturdays off now.
Yeah, we've had breakdowns and other things, and then they're like, haha, just kidding.
Well, quit breaking shit, and then you won't have to work.
Right? So I'm hoping next week, Will, and then you guys, Koimiya will come back on, because, I've got something up my sleeve that I've been waiting to debut here first, because I want to see the everybody's shock value or whatever.
Wait, shock value? You're not going to get us all kicked off of TikTok?
No, not like that.
Okay.
So,
I was going to say, close, stay on, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, as long as that happens, we're all good. So
yeah, so I hopefully won't have to work, and then Koimiya will be here, and I can see everybody's face.
All right. Well, we want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with us. Be sure to leave a comment letting us know what you thought about any of the stories. What do you guys think about Phil Spencer just kind of suddenly stepping down from Xbox? We know he's still there until the summer, but him being gone and Sarah Bond stepping down at the same time. Do you think that was just a coincidence? Do you think
was it planned? Yeah.
Was it planned? Is this some sort of statement that they're making that we don't understand yet? Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts about Sony deciding to close Blue Point for some boneheaded reason that nobody can figure out. And we will see you next time. Remember, haters gonna hate and gamers got a game.
Laters!
Good night, everybody.